Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Savannah Chrisley prepares for decade of celibacy. On last week's episode of her podcast, Savannah Chrisley sat down with Chase's fiancé Emmy Metters. The two dished a whole lot of details on their friendship, their struggles, and Emmy's relationship with Chase. Savannah even gave her thoughts on getting married while chatting with the bride-to-be. Turns out, Todd and Julie Chrisley's daughter is planning to put the bigger aspects of her life on pause, as she just doesn't know how she's going to continue living and moving forward without her father. In fact, Savannah Chrisley all but took a vow of celibacy for the next decade, as she claimed she wasn't going to be capable of having children or getting married while her father and mother were behind bars. As TV show's Ace previously reported, there was no shade or ill will toward her mother Julie. They have a perfectly healthy and fine relationship. Savannah, however, considers herself to be a great deal closer to her father as he is her rock. She explained that with her father she can fall to pieces, and he will stay with her as long as it takes to put the pieces back together. Being super candid during her conversation with Emmy, Savannah admitted that she just couldn't see herself getting married or bringing children into a world while her father was behind bars. Savannah Chrisley feels guilty to live without her parents. Believing that her parents are innocent and were wrongfully convicted, Savannah explains to Emmy that there is a feeling of guilt in the pit of her stomach. And she isn't sure how she will continue living her life knowing her parents are behind bars. She explained, "Personally, I feel like there's a level of guilt associated with moving on with my life and thinking of mom and dad not being here during certain life events." If Todd Chrisley does his full 12 years behind bars, Savannah will be 37 years old by the time he gets out of jail. While she can certainly still have children at that range, it becomes a higher risk for women to have children as they head toward their 40s. Emmy Metters responded by telling Savannah she couldn't pause her life because of the situation, as it isn't what her parents would want her to do. Savannah Chrisley's life has been anything but ordinary. Growing up in the public eye, navigating reality TV drama, business ventures, and the constant scrutiny of social media, Savannah has lived a life most people could hardly imagine. Yet, in the midst of all the glitz, glamour, and chaos, she has decided to make a choice that seems almost radical in today's celebrity culture: a decade of celibacy. The decision did not come lightly. In a world obsessed with romantic entanglements, social validation, and the pursuit of fleeting pleasures, Savannah has chosen a path that requires discipline, introspection, and self-awareness. Her decision reflects not only a commitment to personal growth, but also a conscious step toward understanding herself outside the shadow of relationships and public attention. It all started, Savannah admits, during a quiet moment in her Nashville home. Away from cameras, producers, and fans, she began to reflect on the patterns in her past relationships. Like many young women in the limelight, Savannah's love life has often been public property, scrutinized, judged, and sensationalized. The highs of dating, the lows of heartbreak, and the endless commentary on social media left her feeling more like a spectacle than a person. She realized she needed a period of solitude to rediscover herself, to define her worth outside of romantic involvement, and to focus on her dreams without compromise. "I love love, don't get me wrong," Savannah confessed in a rare, heartfelt interview. "But I realized that I couldn't fully love myself or pursue my goals while constantly seeking validation through relationships. For the next 10 years, I want to prioritize my growth, my family, and my spirituality." Her decision, as bold as it is, also comes from a place of faith. The Chrisley family has long been vocal about their Christian beliefs, and Savannah's choice reflects a deeper connection to those values. For her, celibacy is not about denying herself pleasure or shunning intimacy. It is about honoring her body, mind, and spirit in a period of intentional focus. She wants to cultivate self-respect, emotional resilience, and a sense of inner peace that cannot be contingent on someone else's presence. The preparation for such a commitment is far from superficial. Savannah has structured her life around this new chapter with meticulous care. First, she has reassessed her social circles. Friendships, while cherished, must support her growth and respect her boundaries. People who thrive on gossip, drama, or pressuring her into romantic scenarios are no longer welcome in her immediate life. She has surrounded herself with mentors, family, and friends who encourage self-discipline, positivity, and constructive goals. Next comes a practical reorganization of her personal life. Savannah has started journaling daily, documenting her thoughts, feelings, and ambitions. The act of writing, she explains, allows her to externalize emotions that might otherwise lead her toward unhealthy attachments. Her journal is not only a tool for self-reflection, but also a roadmap for her decade-long journey, highlighting milestones, personal achievements, and lessons learned along the way. Fitness and wellness have become central to her preparation. By focusing on physical health, Savannah ensures that she remains grounded and energized. Long runs, yoga, meditation, and structured workouts have become rituals rather than chores. Through these practices, she channels energy that might once have been expended in emotional drama into tangible growth and self-discipline. The discipline of the body mirrors the discipline of the mind, a synergy that Savannah believes is essential for sustaining a decade of celibacy. Creativity and career ambitions are also taking center stage. Savannah is known for her business ventures, from beauty lines to brand partnerships, but she has decided to invest even more in ventures that reflect her passions rather than public expectations. Her creative output, photography, fashion design, and content creation, now serves as an outlet for expression and a source of empowerment. Every project, every campaign, is a declaration of independence, proving that she can thrive without romantic preparation, however, has been the most challenging. Society often equates a woman's value with her relationship status, and Savannah has faced criticism, doubt, and even mockery for her choice. She combats these pressures with affirmation, therapy, and an unwavering focus on her personal mission. People will talk no matter what you do, she notes. But the only voice I need to listen to is my own. This is about honoring myself, not conforming to someone else's expectations. Family support has been crucial. Todd and Julie Chrisley, along with her siblings, have offered guidance and encouragement. Their influence has instilled in her a belief that character, integrity, and self-respect matter more than fleeting relationships or external validation. Savannah often cites her family dinners, late-night talks with her father, and spiritual discussions with her mother as sources of strength. The Chrisley family ethos, loyalty, faith, and perseverance, provides the backbone for her 10-year plan. Of course, celibacy is not a shield against loneliness or temptation. Savannah acknowledges that she will face moments of doubt, desire, or even societal pressure to join the crowd. Her preparation includes strategies for these moments: mindfulness, prayer, supportive friendships, and the practice of redirecting energy toward personal goals. The journey is as much about emotional fortitude as it is about physical abstinence. Publicly, Savannah has chosen transparency rather than secrecy. By sharing her decision, she hopes to inspire others, especially young women, who may feel trapped in the cycle of validation-seeking relationships. Her story is one of empowerment, showing that a deliberate pause in romantic involvement can lead to profound self-discovery and personal growth. Social media, often a source of scrutiny, becomes a platform for motivation, with Savannah posting about her journey, fitness milestones, spiritual insights, and personal achievements. As the days turn into weeks and weeks into months, Savannah feels an unexpected sense of freedom. Without the distractions of romantic drama, her focus sharpens. She invests more time in learning, reading, and exploring new hobbies. She nurtures friendships that deepen her emotional intelligence and expand her worldview. And most importantly, she cultivates a sense of inner peace that no external relationship could provide. Savannah Chrisley's decision to embrace a decade of celibacy is, in many ways, a countercultural statement. In an age where celebrity romances are publicized, dissected, and often commodified, her choice represents autonomy, discipline, and self-love. It is a promise to herself, a vow to grow, evolve, and thrive on her own terms. And as Savannah moves forward with determination and grace, she reminds us all that sometimes, the most radical act of love is the love we give ourselves.